Mom, happy retirement. You deserve it so much.
Happy retirement, Mother. I love you.
You've worked so hard, and we're very, very, very happy and proud of you.
I hope you can relax. I know you probably won't because that's not your personality. You'll probably be helping Grandma with stuff, visiting with your siblings, visiting with us and your grandkids, and helping everyone with their different things that they need done.
I hope you find some exciting hobbies and some time to visit me in your time off from work.
I'm excited for you to be able to come visit more because you'll be retired. So you and Dad can go visit.
There's no one in this world that deserves a break and a relax more than you because you've been on the job since day one. For me, anyway.
You deserve it. I love you.
Love you, Mom. Happy retirement.
I love you. Mwah. Happy retirement, Mom.
She met Allison when the doctor brought her into the room after I delivered her. It's not like it is today. The doctor puts the baby on your tummy and finishes up with you. He didn't. He carried her in and just hugging her and brought her in and gave her to me after I was settled in my room.
Well, I met Allison before she met me because she was just a wee little baby.
I first met Allison when Mom brought her home from the hospital. That's it.
Allison is my older sister, so I suppose the day I was born, she was there. She was 2.
When did I meet Allison? Duh. Kind of silly.
I met Allison, I was told it was like the 20th of April, 67. Yeah, that's it.
I think it was probably at the end of a fiscal quarter after my statement printing buddy Jeff and I dropped off the dividend statements to the dividend department, which probably means I had really bad baloney breath and smell of cigarettes.
It was in Toronto. I'm not sure if the first time we met them was going out to a restaurant and meeting all the family there. That's what it seems to me we did.
I met her in the early 80s, long before her actual haircut became a thing.
My recollection is that she picked me up at the airport with Mark when I was coming back from Florida.
I met Allison through my husband's brother Mark 3 decades ago, so it was in the 1990s.
You know what? I have no idea when we met. I don't have a clue. I just know you've always been there.
Honestly, I have no idea. I would imagine within the first few months of being born, I met her.
I believe close to birth, I want to say.
Obviously, she's my aunt, so probably like the first year I was born.
I met Allison on August 5th, 1989. I don't exactly remember the meeting, but if I had to guess, I'd say there were probably lots of very happy tears from both of us.
I met Allison in 1991. She had just had Emily. It was either the baseball tournament or some Blue Flame function.
I don't really remember because I think I was a baby, but I just know that she's pretty much always been there.
I met Allison back in the early 90s when I used to go over to Mark's for a hockey pool draft.
I met Allison very shortly after passing her birth canal. It's kind of hard to remember, to be honest, but that's what I've been told is the first meeting we had.
Well, you're my aunt, so probably farther back than I can remember.
I met her September 14th, 1994, and it was the best day of my life. I loved every minute of it, I'm pretty sure.
I met Aunt Allison when I was just a wee little baby.
We met Allison when our girls Alina and Gracie first began playing hockey and soccer together. We became fast friends.
Over a glass of wine.
I first met Allison as my secretary at John Ewan School, and also as Grace's mom, and I'm really not sure which one came first.
The first place I met Allison technically was in Canada
when I was like 10 years old.
And we were in Grand Bend for a anniversary party.
I met Allison back in 1994, I think, when Emily was in grade 5, and I was Emily's teacher.
I met Allison when I was in elementary school, when I went to John Ewan, and she was working there at the time.
I met Allison at a family gathering at her house, August 2001.
2001, Memorial Arena, when we watched our little girls flop and skate with chairs and laugh, and that was when the first time we met.
I first met Allison on September 28th, 2002 at Jody and Andrew's wedding.
I actually don't remember, but I have a feeling it was at a corn maze because that's where my dad and Amy met for the first time, and I was also there, so probably at a corn maze in Chatham.
We met in Chatham, 2010-ish.
I first met Allison about, I want to say 7 years ago. It was the first time me meeting the entire Van Parade family, and we met at Wayne Gretzky's after they had all gone to a second city show.
I met her at Emily and Haroon's place.
We met Allison in Montreal in 2018.
I met Allison at Christmas, helping her and Grace decorate a tree.
I'm not exactly sure how long I've known her, but what I do know is that I am fortunate to have met her and to have built a wonderful friendship with her during our times in school together, at the arena, or over our wonderful dinner chats with Deb.
What was your first impression of Grandma?
A
Brontosaurus?
Yeah.
My first impression of Allison, motherly.
Motherly, of course.
Motherly and amazing and happy to be around.
Just the ideal image of what an aunt is.
I would say my first impression of Allison was that she was a really good advocate for her child.
My impression of Allison was obviously good because we became very fast friends and very good friends.
Overall, first impression is that she's very sweet and very nice.
I thought she was very nice and easy to talk to.
She just seemed nice.
Very nice and welcoming person. Smiled quite a bit.
That she was a very, very kind lady with a very warm smile and a really good sense of humor.
Very kind, and she was very approachable, easy to talk to, and she had a great sense of humor too.
Very kind and a wonderful communicator.
How kind and caring she is. Always positive, encouraging our children and others.
First thing I thought about it, that was she really right for Mark?
Are you going to cry about that?
My first impression? Well, you're asking a lot with my memory.
I don't know, I was only 2.
My first impression was I was scared. I think that's what most babies do when they meet somebody for the first time. I think they probably cry too, so that's my first impression.
My first impression? She peed and pooed a lot when I first met her.
I could imagine probably a lot of kisses and stuff, and I probably didn't like that too much, being a little baby.
I was a baby, but I probably liked her.
I probably would have thought that she looks like everyone else in the world.
From what I can remember, which isn't much, I'm sure she was amazing.
I probably thought you were pretty cool.
I thought that she was sweet and honest and sexy. And I thought that she would be a good match for Mark.
She was very happy.
Very friendly.
She makes really good sandwiches.
My first impression of her is she's always busy doing stuff for other people, and I always felt like she had no concern for herself.
I thought she was very tolerant because I had seen her with a house full of Van Parades. So I thought she was extremely tolerant.
Honestly, very teacher-like in the way that she was patient and friendly and just Allison.
My first impression of Allison was that she was very quiet, and boy was I wrong.
You were mean, you know, a real bitch. Kind of opens the front door and says, hey, wait here a minute, and comes back with a knife. Okay, so that's not true.
What was her first impression of you? I think I actually changed that question. But her first impression of me was she thought I looked like Mark.
I would never do an impression. What am I, Rich Little? I'd have to get a dress, a wig, that kind of impression. Definitely the big smile.
My first impression of Allison when I looked at her was just how beautiful she was. And she still is today.
What was my first impression of her? That would have to be, man, this lady really knows what she's doing. I wonder why I feel so safe around her.
I would say that she's very warm and nurturing and caring and loving.
My first impression of Allison was I'm very hungry and I think this woman can feed me. And I love her so much. And she is the light of my life because she's my mommy.
Who would play Grandma in a movie?
Mommy.
Mommy?
Which actor would play her in a movie about her?
Susan
Sarandon. Jenna Fisher, who played Pam Beasley in The Office. I think that Jenna reminds me of Allison.
Jane Fonda would probably be the one. Jane Fonda never changes, I don't think, no matter what I've seen her in, nor does Allison.
I was thinking either like Sandra Bullock or Reese Witherspoon. That's the only two that I think that would be worthy enough to play her.
The best actress to play a movie about Allison would be Reese Witherspoon.
The best actress to play her in a movie of her life would definitely be Liv Tyler.
Bill Murray made a movie called Scrooge, and in that movie he had a girlfriend played by Karen Allen, and that we should play Allison in the movie. She's perfect.
Melissa Sue Anderson or Mary Ingalls.
Mary Ingalls from Little House on the Prairie.
Yeah.
Julia Louis-Dreyfus. I think that'd be pretty good. Or I could see her being played by Tom Hanks's wife. I forget her name, but she was really good in Raise Your Voice, so that's what I remember her from.
Tom Hanks came to mind, and maybe his personality. He's always very nice. I like his movies. He's plays in a lot of drama and comedy, and that's just the name that popped into my head.
The actress that would play her in a film about her life would be Goldie Hawn. My mom and I think we actually talked about this question before, like years ago. And I said, Mom, who do you think would play you in a movie? And I think she responded with Goldie Hawn.
The actor that would portray Allison in her life would be Gillian Anderson.
The girl from Karate Kid.
I have to pick Drew Barrymore. She's my favorite actress.
Most definitely Drew Barrymore. But there's something about Allison that kind of reminds me of Katharine Hepburn too. So I think Katharine Hepburn would have done a great job.
I think the best choice would probably be Julia Roberts. I think
Catherine O'Hara would be a good one because she's a great Canadian icon.
I came up with Jennifer Lawrence because I just feel like she's very matter-of-fact, cool, chill, all the things that I feel like Allison is.
I guess I'd have to go with Meryl Streep. Just great in everything. Do no wrong.
Maybe Meryl Streep, young Meryl Streep.
Oh, without a doubt, Meryl Streep.
I think Helen Hunt, strong and capable.
Nicole Kidman.
I think so. She'd do a good job.
Lori Loughlin, she's been in a few different shows, but she's always sort of this calm person with a very sort of gentle and kind demeanor.
Jennifer Gardner. I can just see the similarities in their smiles and their kind demeanor, and they're both really funny.
I said Jennifer Gardner because she also plays caring and kind mother roles in movies, I think it's Jennifer Garner. All around good girl. All around. Yeah.
When we think of Allison, we think of a mom figure, and we thought that Sally Field would be the best person to play her in a movie. I might have to go Patricia Arquette because I don't know why, you'll kind of have a similar vibe to me. She plays a mom in a lot of movies and a lot of different mom roles, so I kind of just think that she would have the chops to take on the Allison role.
I decided to say Marge Simpson. I don't know if that's cheating because she's a cartoon, but I think Marge is kind of the glue that keeps that family together, and I think Allison kind of plays that role too.
I googled the mom from Seventh Heaven, and her name is Catherine Hicks, so that's who I would choose to play Aunt Allison.
I landed on Bonnie Hunt. She's my favorite mom character in Cheaper by the Dozen. You never see her take things for herself. She's always giving to her kids, and it seems so natural to her. So that's why I went towards Bonnie Hunt, and she seems really nice. I don't know what she's like in real life, but in that movie, she reminds me of Mom.
Beverly D'Angelo, she was the absolute mother of all time. She had probably the kookiest husband, the craziest family, and so Beverly is your girl for Allison's life story.
When you think of Grandma, what animal do you think of? Turtle, Noon?
I think about a tiger.
A tiger.
Her spirit animal would be an oxpecker. That's the name of the little tiny bird that sits on top of an elephant and picks things off of it. Because Allison will tackle any problem, no matter how big or small, and she is always, always there to help you. She's capable, enthusiastic, and charitable, and I love her.
Her spirit animal would be Bourbon Cheetah.
Maybe like a jaguar. You're able to rest and relax, but you could like be fierce and quick at the same time.
I think Allison's spirit animal would be a bee for communication, love, success, wisdom, hard work, and protection.
I would pick a dove. She's peaceful. The dove is honest
And they mate for life.
yeah, just like
Mark.
Mark and Allison.
Clash gerbil or a hamster would probably be her spirit animal because, you know, like she works in schools and stuff, so.
I said a sloth, not just because they're kind of comfy, cozy looking and maybe the not most agile creature, but the mother sloth also spends a lot of time with the baby sloth when it's first born.
I'm going to say an opossum. They carry pretty much their entire family on them all the time.
Yeah, like a mama lemur. She's a lemur, I think. Like one of those kind of chill, slow lemurs, but they are always carrying around one or two babies on their backs and bellies, so that's what I imagine.
What would our spirit animal be? It would
A mother hen.
I would say chinchilla.
I picked a cute baby sheep.
An alpine sheep. I think it's ladybug, positive and happy.
The eagle allows us to soar to new heights, and that's what Allison has done with her children and also with the people that she's met in her life.
Eagle, because she soars. Chameleon, not because they're like not warm and cozy and cuddly, but because they mold to all their surroundings. If you need her to be a mom for you, she will do that. If you need her to just listen, she will do that. She will mold herself to best suit and fit you and what you need in that situation, because she's the best.
Allison's spirit animal would be a horse. She's strong, energetic, and driven in life.
If I would say her spirit animal would be a spider. It's kind of funny, but this involves patience, creativity, growth, balance, and probably most of all, wisdom.
It would be an elephant. They're so elegant and wise. Oh, Allison is so wise. But you don't mess with them either. Like, you're not gonna mess with an elephant, just like you're not gonna mess with Allison.
I guess I'll pick an owl.
Owl.
Wise.
I said owl.
So I came up with a critter that I think will make her giggle. Bonobo, the most loving primate.
I'm gonna say a wolf, because pack animal, which I feel like Allison is, kind of soft, gentle behind the scenes, but also very powerful and like strong and majestic even.
A dog. A dog is a pack animal, and when I think of a pack animal, it's like a family. So they're loyal, they're loving, they're appreciative. They put their interest above their own, and I find for Allison, she would do that, especially for her family.
I would probably say a dog, because she's loyal, she's nice, she's always there when you need her.
Allison's spirit animal, I think, would be a puppy. They are always friendly and social.
a little puppy because it's so cuddly.
Maybe like a Snoopy Beagle.
What would be her spirit animal? What would be very elusive but easy to find? Gray goose. Yeah.
I would say it's got to be the bat. The bat is a guide, helping people to understand difficult situations and giving them strength to make necessary changes.
I would say like a mama deer or something like that.
Are Care Bears animals? I'm going to say they are, and that's what she'd be. Care Bear.
First thing that comes to mind is just a mama bear. She's just always there, ready to help, and gives really good hugs.
Bear. She's a mama bear.
A bear seems nice and soft and cuddly, but if you threaten their cubs, they're gonna defend their family.
A mama bear, because I feel that she's very sweet and majestic and whatnot, but man, you mess with her kids, she might come over and rip your throat out. I mean, who knows what she's capable of.
Obviously a bear, because you do not mess with her cubs, man. Nope.
Polar bears are my favorite animals. I kind of associate bear with like mother bear and her cubs and how protective they are and loyal and what great provider and teachers they are for their cubs. And I think of myself as a little baby polar bear cub, and then my mom as a mama polar bear.
What's the worst thing about Grandma?
Get me a boo-boo. I start to cry.
The worst thing about her is probably the 6 toes on her left foot. I'm told she doesn't. In that case, I think she's a pretty bad tendon bowler.
I mean, is there really anything? The only thing I could think of is that you don't let me curse. That's probably the one thing I'm like, damn it, darn it. So I guess that's the worst thing about you.
It's like the fleshy part on the back of your knees, right there behind, not the kneecap, but on the back of your legs, that part of the back, that part.
The worst thing about Allison is she always puts herself last.
Probably that she's always doing things for others and not really concerned about her needs.
The worst thing? Probably too much food. Every time we went over, there'd always be too much to eat everything, but everything was amazing.
She has, over the years, learned how to do things very effectively. So sometimes when I'm doing certain things the hard way, she will lend her advice, and sometimes I get annoyed a little bit.
Maybe she's too nice. But I like that she's too nice.
She's too nice.
There's nothing. She's too nice.
I feel like at one point in time you made me put on sunscreen for the pool and I probably didn't want to, or you might have made me get out of the pool.
The only thing I can think of is when she used to let me watch those movies that my mom wasn't supposed to let me watch.
There have been times sometimes when she tells me stories and she references other people as if I know them and I don't know them.
The worst thing about her is that she lives in Chatham, and Chatham is 3 hours away from where I live right now.
She lives so far away from us.
She lives so far away from us. It would be wonderful to see her all the time.
What do I think is the worst thing about Allison? When I would come to visit, I had to get my own beer. She would get one if I asked, but not without asking.
The worst thing about Allison is I think sometimes she doesn't listen to me. Maybe I talk too much, I don't know.
She's not a good partner for board games.
She works too hard, she cares too much, and sometimes she can be too invested in her mom job. See how her weaknesses are actually positive? You see what I did there?
Like Michael Scott, she cares too much.
She cares too much.
The worst thing about Allison is that she always smells pee, no matter where you are, what house you're in, what room you're in. If you have an animal, she smells pee.
That you would actually use the knife, but probably only to cut the cheese or the bullshit.
There's nothing anyone can say is wrong with Allison. Well, maybe her family sees her faults, but she's as close to perfect to us.
It's almost eerie how perfect she is. Like, I don't think there's a flaw in that woman.
The worst thing about Allison, I think, is that she is terminally cheerful. She's a morning person.
The worst? Well, I'd have to say saintly again, because who can follow in those footsteps?
Quite frankly, there isn't any really bad traits.
Can't think of anything. Sorry, can't answer that question.
What's the worst thing about Allison?
I'm gonna plead the fifth on that question.
I don't think I'm even gonna go there because there isn't really anything I can think of that would suggest anything bad about her.
Worst thing about Allison? Absolutely nothing. Nothing at all.
Well, I can't think of anything bad about her. She's not got a bad bone in her body.
What's the best thing about Grandma?
She gives me some toys.
That's nice. Is that nice?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The best thing about Allison, she's genuine. She's so easy to talk to. She always offers the perfect advice just when you need it.
I think the best thing about her would be how easy she is to be around. She's always just made me feel super comfortable and super wanted, and just always made me feel like she cares.
She's very caring.
She's just always such a kind, caring person.
Caring and compassion for your family and for pretty much everyone around you.
It really is that she cares about everyone around her, genuinely so.
She's so caring, wonderful mother, a fantastic sister, and all those girls she used to bring home from school.
The best thing about Allison, she would always get me a beer if I asked her to, and she is a wonderful wife, mother, and sister-in-law.
Allison would be the best big sister I ever had. Would have.
You would open that front door in reality, move in my furniture, move in my kids. You would just make me feel welcome and at home. And then at the end of the whole stay or the end of our visit, you'd open that door and you'd give me the knife on my way out.
The best thing about her is I once saw her wrestle a Kodiak bear into submission, but come to think of it, that might have been a dream. Okay, then it's a fierce devotion to family.
She's always fully involved with family.
She always puts her family first.
She always put her family first and was always focused on her girls and what was in their best interest, and she always put herself second to everybody else.
The best thing about her is how devoted she is to her family and how kind she is to anybody and everybody around her, and how she always tries to connect different worlds, different people, because she wants everybody to be kind of united, and I love that, and I think that's amazing.
She's just very supportive and encouraging. Whether Emily and I were doing a video for school or just for fun, she was always there encouraging us and helping us get it done and just always being there.
That she's there for me whenever I needed her, there for my kids, always helpful, always great suggestions, always has a kind word.
One thing I love about her is that she's probably the most patient person I've ever met in my life.
The best thing about Allison is her thoughtfulness, which I already said, but it bears repeating, and her kindness.
The example she has always set for everybody who's got to know her and love her. She's a wonderful, wonderful mother, a loving wife. Her and Mark have always been a couple that I've always admired and looked up to immensely.
The best thing about her is that she's family. She's one of our own.
She likes to stay sober during a lot of fun interactions, and she keeps an eye on everybody.
There are many, but I'll just say one. She raised you.
Her smile, her warmth.
Another sunscreen thing, I know it's silly, but I probably have seen you put on sunscreen for 10 children in probably 2 minutes.
What's the best thing about her? Probably that she's saintly.
She's nice.
She's a loyal friend. She always listens and she gives good advice. She speaks from her heart.
And she gives the best hugs too.
The best thing about her, she's a great hugger.
By far the best hugger in the whole entire world.
In my mind, she gives the best hugs. And another thing that I really love about Allison is after we've had our visit, you know, she stands at the door, we wave goodbye, and it's always, you know, just leaves a nice feeling in your heart.
The best thing about my mom is that she's the best mom. And I know people say that, but they're lying when they say it because I have the best mom. She helped me countless times as a child, but she's also helped countless other children, like in her work, my friends. She's helped everyone, and she's always there for you no matter what.
The best thing about Mom is that she would go above and beyond for almost anyone.
The best thing about her is just how wonderful of a mom she is. I love talking to her. She's like my best friend. I can tell her anything, and she'll always be there.
What's one word you would use to describe Grandma? Dragon?
Yeah. I mean, parallel to brilliant, amazing, awesome, I would have to say mom is a good word that describes her because she is setting the bar super high for that.
One word I would describe Allison would be maternal.
Very motherly.
Mother. I don't think anyone would really challenge that.
A good word to describe you is mom. You've always been like the mom type. I just always thought of you as like just a good mom.
Mom.
Yep, she's a mom.
She's a mom.
One word? I don't know if I could choose one word, but caring, optimistic.
One word I would use would be optimistic.
Motherly, of course. Thoughtful.
She's very thoughtful. Very, very thoughtful.
Thoughtful.
Thoughtful and wise.
It's hard to describe her in one word.
The one word I would use to describe her is hero. I aspire to be a mom just like my mom because she did everything so amazingly well. She's my hero. I want to be like her, and I think she's perfect.
What's one word you would use to describe her? Kind.
Kind.
Kind. Very, very kind.
Kind, compassionate, and fair.
Kind, caring, patient, inclusive, friendly.
I'd have to just go back to friendly.
I would say friendly.
Empathetic, supportive.
Supportive and encouraging.
Any wonderful word you can think of probably could be used to describe her.
It's 2 words, technically. It's role model.
I'm going to say the word is perfect.
Dependable.
Awesome.
Serene.
Extremely hardworking, dedicated.
My one word would be concerned. Like we're all over there drinking, being stupid, and she's kind of like, just kind of scanning the horizon and whatnot, making sure everyone's having a good time. It's a good thing. I like it.
I would say nice.
Extra super duper nice. No, it's one word because there's hyphens.
I guess I would have to put a hyphenated word. I'm going to say down to earth. That's Allison.
I immediately thought of the word moody, like, in a good mood. She's always in a good mood.
One word for me would be diligent.
Genuine.
Organized.
Gentle, loving, caring.
Awareness.
Well, it's been since childhood. It would have to be saintly.
Loving.
Incredible.
Overachiever. And I mean that in the best way. So she's an overachiever at being a mom. She's an overachiever for being a good listener, being so caring and so kind. She just goes above and beyond in everything that she chooses to do in her life. So overachiever in the best way.
Congratulations, Allison. Félicitations.
Happy retirement.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Good luck.
Cheers.
Congratulations, and hopefully we could see each other very, very soon.
Hi, Aunt Allison. Happy retirement.
Happy retirement, Aunt Allison.
Happy life, happy retirement.
Happy retirement.
Happy retirement, Allison.
Happy retirement.
Wishing you congratulations on your retirement.
Congratulations, Allison.
Congratulations.
Congratulations again, and hope to talk to you soon and see you soon.
Happy retirement, Allison. I love you.
Love you, Aunt Allison. Congrats on your retirement.
Love you.
We love you very much, Allison. Congratulations.
Congrats. We love you.
We love you.
Say we love you. Mwah.
We love you.
I hope that you really enjoy your retirement because you, of all people, deserve it.
I love you, Grandma. Oh, Ma, happy retirement. Bye.
Happy retirement, Allison. I know you'll enjoy your time with your husband and your kids and grandkids. I love you and miss you, but fill it with lots of love. Bye-bye now.
I'm so happy for you, Allison. I love you. You are kind and selfless and real and wonderful. And I love your stories about your grandbabies and your children. And thank you for always being there for me, for a listening ear, and having wonderful wisdom for me and always being there for me. You're such a good friend. I wish you all the best, all the most beautiful things in the world in your retirement. Spend lots of time with your kids and your grandbabies, and please stay in touch. And I don't know what I'm really going to do without you, but I'm really, really going to try my best. But please stay in touch, and you know I'll have lots of good stories for you. So I love you, Allison. Have a wonderful retirement.
Hi, Allison. It's Sunday morning. I'm here at work looking out at your chair and thinking this is your last week with us. I'm grateful to have this opportunity to tell you how incredibly blessed I was to have you on this journey to open up St. Angela Merici. From the bottom of my heart, thank you for everything that you've done. I wish you nothing but the best on your retirement.